All right, good evening. It's Bob again, Canadian Biker News. So this isn't a biker news video. This is a birthday video for my daughter. So I was realizing her birthday's this week, and she's mentioned a few times in my book. And you know, talking about having kids when you're in a motorcycle club during turbulent times. So unfortunately, when she came along, there was peace in the valley, as they say. You know what I mean? She was a beautiful little girl, loved her daddy to pieces, smart, funny. I loved her back, of course. So along the way, things did get turbulent. And I had an offer to join the club that was to become the dominant club in our city. That was the turbulence we were having. But with the offer came conditions. One of the conditions was I had to get rid of my old lady. And truth be told, they were right about that. She was dragging me down. But anyways, that's a whole different story. But losing the old lady would also mean losing my kid. So I swiftly declined that offer, basically on those reasons. And then a little while further, a little more along in the story, I end up in prison. So they rounded us up our whole club, and I missed 2 of her birthdays. And then about a year and a bit in our pre-trial custody, and they made it obvious they were not giving me bail. In fact, they gave me bail once, and they dragged me back into custody on a bail review. So anyway, so the next major decision in the life was the Crown offered, if I pled guilty to being a member of organized crime, I could be home in time for Christmas with my little girl, who is by then 3 years old. So of course, my first reaction was to decline that offer. I counter-offered them with I'd be willing to do a penitentiary bit for some other charges if they dropped the organized crime charge. Of course, they promptly declined that offer. They wanted as many of us ranking members as they could to plead out to the organized crime, because once we pled out to the organized crime charge, we had to retire from the club for the safety of the others that are in the club and are in the club to this day. You know what I mean? So that was how that deal went. I spoke with my sponsor about it. We happened to be on the same range. A man whose opinion I held higher than anyone else's. A man who I'd have followed into the gates of hell. And at that point in time, you know, we had a little group of friends inside the club that we all hung out, and he was saying, well, you know, so-and-so, the other guy, him and I talked, and he's going to take it, and you know what, man, he says, you may as well take it too. And I did. That was it. So 2 major life decisions were kind of based around my little girl. So this is my birthday video to her. Happy birthday, sweetie. I don't regret the decisions, and I'm glad that we're still hanging out together. All right, everyone, that's it. Having kids when you're in a club during turbulent times is not easy. Respect.